Hey everybody, it's Corey. Welcome to our Plexus on Purpose new ambassador training. We are so thrilled that you've decided to join us, and we are so excited to be able to offer this new training to you. And we have been working really hard to condense a lot of things into about 10 days to really help you launch your business in these next few weeks and few months, to really help you start strong and really get you some momentum going forward. So we've really been working hard, and we're excited to share it with you. I wanted to share a little bit with you real quick about our team. We call ourselves Plexus on Purpose, POP for short. The reason that we decided on that name is because we feel a lot of purpose in what we do with Plexus. It's twofold. One, we have these amazing products that can be such life changers for so many people, and they need these products. And so we feel a lot of purpose in what we are offering. We also feel a lot of purpose in this business. We have, so many of us have been so blessed by what Plexus has been able to offer as a business opportunity, and have just been able to find some real freedom in some different areas, whether it be to be able to cover a car payment, to be able to, quit that second job, to be able to send your kid to private school, to be able to, save more. I mean, the list goes on and on, but we just put a lot of purpose in what we're doing in that regard as well. So that's kind of where our heartbeat is. We just really we feel a lot of purpose in what we're doing, and we really want to help others in whatever way that we can. I want to give you a brief overview of what we're going to be kind of covering over the next 10 days so that you'll kind of know what's coming and be planning for that. So if you have questions, you'll be like, oh, that's going to come up in a few days. I remember her saying that. So you'll kind of know what's ahead. So today I'm going to give you 4 steps to really kind of get you started and launch you into getting your brain spinning in certain ways. Tomorrow we're going to focus in on the back office and kind of how to maneuver around in there, and I'm not going to go over everything, but just those key things that as you're getting started will be really beneficial to know and understand and know where things are. On day 3, hopefully by then you'll have your success kit, which looks like this. This came out this last January, and I'm telling you, this thing is amazing, and Plexus has done an amazing job putting so many great resources into this little baby, and I'm so excited for you to get your hands on it. But Emily is going to help kind of unpack this with you so you'll know what resources that you have and at your fingertips. She's done a great job just really showing you how to use this to how it's supposed to be used. So be looking forward to that. But this is coming in the mail to you. Yay! I'm really excited about that. We're also going to talk about just getting organized. What I mean by that is different ways that some people operate as far as they keeping track of people you reach out to, people that have contacted you, when you contacted them, just different ways different people do that. We're also going to be giving you some good drafts to kind of work with as you're kind of putting together, as people start contacting you for more information, you need to have something to offer them. And so you usually will have kind of a few different email drafts that you'll send to people, but you want to have all those ready. So we're going to help you get those started as well. We're going to talk about social media, Facebook, different tips on posting, but also different tips on how to maneuver and shortcut things around Facebook that you may not already know. Things that I was like, I did not know that. So, and that's really handy information as well. Reaching out to people and what that looks like. IPAs, which stands for income producing activities, and different things you can do throughout the day to really capitalize on your time, so that you're not just wasting time scrolling through Facebook or whatever, which is so easy to do. We're going to kind of go over the compensation plan. And when I got my first paycheck, I was like, this is great, but I have no idea how I made this money. So it was really beneficial to me once I got my first paycheck. That's when I really dug in and was like, okay, how does this work? And it was so good for me to understand different strategies, I guess, or just different ways to go about your business to really capitalize on certain things. So that'll be really beneficial. I'm excited for that. Following up well. Fortune in the follow-up. I cannot stress that enough. I continue to learn that. We're going to talk about how to do that. We're going to talk about setting goals, and we're going to help you set your first goals. that's just so important in this business. And when you write down your goals, it is so much more powerful. And so we're going to talk about that. And then we're also going to talk about different resources and different books, different websites, just some different things that you can use to help you in your business and how to grow. So that's kind of the overview of the training. But like I said, we're going to get into a lot more depth. But today, like I said, I've got 4 action steps for you to do as you're getting started. And I know your wheels are spinning. So first, and probably one of your most important things you need to do is to identify your why. And we're going to probably refer to that a lot of different times throughout the training. But identifying your why is so important for a few different reasons. One, it helps drive you and it helps keeps you focused on why you're doing what you're doing, why you signed up with Plexus. Is it to get healthy? Is it to help, make a car payment? Is it to be able to, stay at home with your kids? Whatever that is, you need to identify that and um, know exactly what that is. So it's a tangible thing out there, because on days that are discouraging, and you're going to have those days, I can promise you. But it's so good um, to be able to go back to that and be like, okay, this is why I'm doing this. It's not because of this. It's because I'm working towards this. And so I know for me, whenever I first started, I was like, I want to get my products paid for because I really was loving the products. But I also was like, we need some breathing room for our family. We weren't necessarily living paycheck to paycheck, but if there was something that was kind of unexpected, like 4 new tires or something like that, it was a big stress on our family. And so that was a big reason for me. And part of my why was to be able to just give some relief and to build some savings. So that was mine at the beginning. Now it's changed, and now it's more about um, paying off our student loans from seminary, and maybe putting money away for college for our kids, and going on a few vacations, and being able to give more freely, and all these different, it's just gotten a lot bigger now, which is great, but it's going to change as you go, but you need to identify that and know what you're working towards. So identify your why and write it down, and maybe share it with your upline, share it with who your sponsor is, and kind of talk through that and identify that, because that will also help them help you. So that's number 1. Number 2 is to friend some other ambassadors. There's a few reasons for this. One reason is because as you are friends with more ambassadors, you're going to see more Plexus posts in your newsfeed. And it's so good to be able to just see different ones, and you can be like, oh, I really like that. And especially if it's somebody that y'all know none of the same people, maybe other than Plexus ambassadors, you could probably use the exact same post that they did. So that's really handy, just to get different takes on things, and so handy. But one of the other reasons, and one of the very important reasons, and I kind of tend to get on a soapbox about this, is you want to be able to have other Plexus ambassadors that are going to like your posts and that you can like their posts. The reason being is because with Plexus, or sorry, not with Plexus, but with Facebook algorithms, the way that it works is that the more likes a post has, the further up in the news feeds it's going to go. And so it's kind of you scratch my back, I scratch yours kind of thing. So you really want to kind of be able to help other ambassadors, so other ambassadors help you, because it's going to help both of us, both of our posts go up in people's news feeds, so more people are seeing stuff about Plexus. And that's a win-win all the way around. So that's so important. I mean, anytime I'm on Facebook and I'm scrolling through and I see a Plexus post, I may not even read it necessarily, but I'm at least just going to like it. It takes a millisecond, and you can just kind of keep scrolling. But that's just something that is just really important to me, because it always means a lot to me when other people like my posts. So you want to friend other ambassadors so that they can help you in that department. But like I said, it's also just fun to get to know other people that are on this kind of the same journey that you're on, and that's been such a blast. I mean, I've got friends all over the country now that I know through Plexus, and that's so fun. I went to convention and I saw my friend from Alaska, and I saw my friend from Florida, and I saw my friend from Texas. So it's crazy, but it's so fun. So definitely friend to other ambassadors. The way you can do that is to get on some of the team pages. I know even for like the Plexus on Purpose page, you can go on and just maybe see who else posted recently and be friends with them. Any new ambassadors that people welcome, maybe friend those people. Anybody that's going to be active on this page for the new ambassador training, friend anyone that is a new ambassador as well, and y'all can help each other. So it's a win-win all the way around. So definitely, I would encourage you to friend 10 ambassadors that you don't know this week. Um, and more if you want to, but I would do at least 10. And everyone, I mean, I think anybody on this page would totally accept your friend request and help you out in whatever way you need it. Because one of the kind of mottos of Plexus is to be one Plexus. And so that's kind of what this is about. We all want to be one Plexus and we want to help each other. And I love that about this company. So identify your why, friend other ambassadors. Number 3, I want you to make what they call a Franks list. The reason it's called Franks is to help jog your memory. So as you're writing, there's a few different ways you can do this. When I first started it, I made a list of 100 people, and which was awesome. So as people came online, I just start writing them down. So Franks, and you're going to get this in your success kit, but I'm just going to go ahead and read this to you, is to kind of jog your memory of people to think about. Think through friends and relatives, friends, FR, acquaintances, neighbors, kids connections, and service organizations. So you can just kind of even just start thinking through, okay, who are some of my relatives that might really like Plexus? Oh, I'm going to write them down. Or, who do I know through my kids' soccer team? Oh, that mom, so you just start, it's just kind of to help you jog your memory. So I think you could either do like a list of 100. And one of the things I've done more recently that I felt like was a little bit more manageable was I did a list of 20 and 20. I did 20 people that I thought could really benefit from the products, and then 20 people that I really was like, I'd love to have them on my team. I think they'd really love this business. And so I kind of started there. So I think you could go either way, but you want to make your list. You want to make, I would say, either a list of 100 or do 20 and 20 or 40 and 40. And and you can always add more to that list as people come to your mind. I'm still adding people to my list. I've been doing this for 2.5 years, and I still add people. I'm like, why haven't I reached out to them yet? Write them on the list. So it's an ever-evolving list to some degree, but you want to go ahead and start thinking through people strategically, and think about people that are talking about how tired they are, or have maybe some different little health issues that they could really use some help with. When business, start thinking about people that are already active on social media, that maybe are stay-at-home moms, or people working a couple different jobs, or people that are looking for something like this, or just people that have great connections, so you can just kind of start thinking through that. You want to think real strategically about who you're writing down. Don't just be like, oh, I'm just going to make my list, but you want to be real strategic about who you put on that list. So I would encourage you to make your list. So far we're doing state your why, write it down, friend other ambassadors, make your Franks list. And the last one is I want you to start thinking about your first Plexus post. This is going to be an important one, and we will focus more on that or about posting in a few days. But if you want to go ahead and do that post in the next day or two, you totally can. But there's a few things I would say about that. I think you need to make it really personal. I think you need to kind of invite people on the journey. Don't just be like, hey, I'm starting to sell Plexus. But you really want to say why, start saying your why and why you're really excited, and maybe put a picture of you and your family, and maybe a Plexus graphic, or maybe if you already have some Slim on hand, go ahead and a picture of you drinking your pink drink, or you've seen different posts like that. But you really want to think through and be strategic about that announcement post to some degree, that first Plexus post that's telling people, hey, I've jumped on board with this. I'm so excited. I mean, you want to be real purposeful in that. So talk to your upline about that. Maybe even make a draft of it and maybe send it to them or me, whoever. Or even on this page, you could, or even in the comment section, be like, hey, this is the post I'm thinking about doing. What do y'all think? We'd love to give you feedback on that. So, but you want to start thinking through that, and don't just flippantly throw up a post. I mean, if you've already done that, that's fine. But I would just say to just be really purposeful in thinking through that and how you want that to come across and what message you really want to send through it. So be thinking about it. I'm not saying you have to post today, but in the next few days you'll want to post. And again, we could talk about that, and we're going to talk about posting, but I really want you to be start thinking through some ideas for your first post. So those are your 4 first steps. Identify your why, friend other ambassadors, make your Frank's list of either 100 or 20 and 20. And start thinking about your first Plexus post. So again, tomorrow we're going to be talking about the back office. I'm really excited about that. I think that'll be really handy for you. And until then, we really look forward to seeing you. Y'all have a great day.